Mr. Thomas Banyacya, Hopi leader.
First, I'd like to ask that every one of you stand up for a few minutes. I'm going to offer a short prayer, and I want my brother Arm Live of Six Nations will make an announcement as our way in delivering a message to any people anywhere in this country. Ta với ta nằm ở phạm ta mưa ni bơ nano ni bạc ta bang mà yung yang pek yan ni mà pa hôm yan ni tiêu bang hôm yan ni lol mat nang wat mà mi tang atan ni bờ ý kia ta wat mà cắt mà kham pi yo được yan ni ta mà mi na yang ta wat ta mo yan me ka ta mo pas tu mal tan bờ ý mà kuning yak yakam lol mat thul ni tanat yan a bờ pi ka lai ta mo pi na mut na yan ni bờ yang tat yak Ima lolmat nawa kacit lolmat kacit woni hapitama na aniw na ni po ya may tamo ito malay ima so may hapi lolmat tangata ni po may itangan niya ka ya papo tamo sechap naunop na ni Anjaita you can sit down Anjaita sinam yan na buti yung hisat. Yepeak hakim it panap sakitep. Rupikitep yan hakapichuwangutan hakim sinum yupak pa ike. Pahita penit ako. Yep, as lolmat aw timalto tan. Sin mo amangami. Nok anjag hakim yepakampu. Kita it out to Malay ang kamyese. Pas kas ansa yandan wewe kam nanaptak. Umay pek ansa hit at out lolmat to Malay yang ikango. Hinbita mumay po nanaptan it happy. Hopi tewat obi po wewanta. I guess I'll have to interpret this message myself. I don't think anyone do that. I mentioned that my spiritual leaders long time ago know that someday there be people from foreign country will come upon our land and put up what they call rupiki. That means house of glass, where all nations who have able to come into this body will be gathered here and supposed to correct, change, and stop wrong things in this country, the land of the Mutisinum, that means first people, to bring about peace and justice and harmony. And you have been talking about human rights, but all these years, you have not opened a door to the original native people in this land. Upon this land was given in such a way that this world was taken care of by our elders, religious leaders, through prayer, meditations, and ceremonies for every living thing on this earth. They said it's your responsibility to open a door and listen to the original native people upon whose land you're staying today, living on today. There are problems great here. I have a little statement, but I'm going to just make it short as I can and go over some of these things in such a way that it will contain some of the things as I've written down, that you are going to have to listen to the original native people someday. And it took me 4 time to knock on that United Nations according to instruction from my elders. Back in 1949, and later I knocked on the second time, a third time, then finally, last October, I knocked on the door, main door, and delivered sacred prayer feather was given to me by my elders. And I was very happy that John Washburn, official in this United Nations building, came and accepted this paper. This letter contains the message from the spiritual leaders that you must open the door to Hopi spiritual leaders so that he can come and speak his own language and bring the ancient knowledge, prophets, warnings to you. And if you need interpreter, you will have to find someone there. And then you will hear people from 6 nations, spiritual leaders who will know also his instructions, processes, warnings. And from the north, from the west, and the south, those spiritual leaders will then give you something that we have been found lacking among foreign governments here. They have neglected spiritual part that is very important, because every one of us are linked to Mother Earth. Mother Earth is a great, powerful being, a living being, and we're part of it. We can't separate from our Mother Earth. We're like baby looking for food. Baby hungry, go to a mother's breast. We walk on the Mother's Earth every day looking for food, and we find food, and so we are able to be strong and healthy. Our people are concerned that many problems are going to come to this land someday. They know a first world where human life starts. Land was beautiful and clean, but human invented so many things and misuse it. Misuse it on animal, birds, and plant life. They won't stop it. That was totally destroyed by nature. They were upheaval of land. The biggest earthquake took place. Many land was separated, sunk. A handful of people came out to the second world. Second world, they went quite a ways. It was beautiful, clean again. Again, humans start inventing many things, turn away from their spiritual ways. Moral principles are lost, and they don't correct each other. Invented so many things, so they won't stop that. Then nature took over again. This time, everything froze. There must be an ice age came to that period, but handful of people came. Third world. Up to that point, we human beings were speaking one language. A third world went quite a long ways, they said. They described many things. I was so impressed with those 80, 90, 100 years old talking about this in 1948, 4 days meeting like this. That really impresses me. So I thought I'd help to carry this message for them. In that 1948 meeting, they said people went quite a ways in that third world, invent so many things, highly developed weapons of all kinds, and they developed spiritual things, and instead of using for good purposes, they turn it against nature again, and this time that world was destroyed by flood. At last stages, there are few people who follow the law of Great Spirit, who listened, sat there. And I noticed in this building, there should be every chair filled by United Nations people here. They should listen first time to native people upon whose land this is, building standing today. They should be here. They should do something with their laws, rules, or regulations. And they're not supposed to use war. because this was set up to do away with war. So we want to find out if you can do it. Hope we know that there are a lot of problems coming because we misused that power again, and this was destroyed by flood. Only a handful of people came out. I hope that many of you here today will listen and do something. It may be that only a handful of people are going to survive to what we are going right now. That's what Hopi say. So you must come over and see if you can find it out. I was not going to be the one to speak, but I was invited to speak at this assembly today. And I'm willing to do it because I want to impress on you that you must open the door to Hopi spiritual leaders and for direction leaders to speak as soon as possible. In 4 days, 4 weeks, or 4 months, we want to know whether you're going to open the door or not. We want it to be coming from the United Nations soon. When we came to the third world, this time we were given special vision for carrying language. As group came up, they gave them languages. They gave them ways to build their spiritual ways. And they gave them food to carry wherever they go. So they went spread out all over this continent to the edges of land. And some of our young people say that our white brother, who has lighter complexion than ours, he's a white brother, he was given the same instructions, and he was given sacred stone tablets that we still have 2 sets of them in Horaibi and Hordvela. And our white brother took those 2 sets of stone tablets, went around the other side of the world. And he was to record things, to invent things, and if he followed the spiritual way, he was supposed to make life beautiful, clean on the other side, and lasting. And then he was to come back here to his younger brother, who's still holding this land in balance by prayer, meditation, ceremonies, fasting, rituals of all kinds. You go up Alaska, you go down the tip of South America, you go west direction, east direction, you come to the center. There are still leaders holding on to their their land by prayer, meditation, ceremony. So we kept this land beautiful, clean. When it rained, you're not worried about drinking rainwater any place. There were a lot of grass, a lot of animals, birds. This was beautiful, like they described something like I've read in the Bible, a place called Garden of Eden. This Western Hemisphere was like that. But when our white brother came, instead of bringing a spiritual circle, he brought his own symbol of a cross. We know that he's going to change many things. We know that he put aside spiritual things and he's going to go out material things, and he's going to again misuse the power he developed, so that he may push our people from east coast to the western direction. Many of our people are going to be forced out of their homeland, and they will take their land rights, their hunting rights, their fishing rights, their forests away from them, and towards last days they're going to be homeless. Today, you see thousands of our own people landless, homeless, starving in this country. This land is a home of our people. This is the only land we have, only country we have. We have taken care of this land according to the law of the Great Spirit. And he told us if whoever comes and disturbs it, he's going to suffer a much greater punishment, and soon. This is what really impresses me. So I thought I should go and help bring this message to wherever I may be able to get to. I represent the elders who had no treaty with any nation, not even with the United States government. So I can't go to the United States government to get their government passport to travel in foreign country. We have to make our own buckskin-covered Hopi passport, and through a prayer ceremony, these leaders put sacred prayer feather in it. So I used that to travel to Stockholm, to Germany, Moscow, Czechoslovakia, France, Italy, El Salvador, down in Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Japan, through time, and spread this message, because they know that when our white brother developed things, he will write things, and we use his writings, and he will try to take this land away from us. So they felt in 1946, United States government passed a law called Indian Land Claims Commission. A bill passed and told the native people in this land that they took this land away from us a long time ago and never paid us anything, no compensation. So if you file a claim against the United States for land that was taken away without compensation, if you fight through their federal court, if you win, they will pay you money. Through the elders, the prophet says, we can't sell our Mother Earth. This land belongs to the Great Spirit. It doesn't belong to the white people. It belongs to original native people because they're taking care of it for the Great Spirit in spiritual ways. So we cannot sell that mother. And then a white brother will have inventions. Also, he brought here wagon, automobile, airplanes, and soon someone's going to take mineral resources out and make more destructive things, which is called gold full of ashes. I brought this gold rattle, which we use today. This represents the world. When you go prayer, meditate, and fast, you hold this white handle and you hold this world in balance. Through prayer, meditation, sermon, all the native people know this. That's how we take care of this Mother Earth. And there's a timing here, and we are close to the last stages. If no one corrects change these wrongdoings in this land, there'll be a purification take place. 4 directions will come, and we'll really severely punish those who misuse the power they develop and destroy animals, birds, and human beings with it. These are some of the things, terrible things that I hope you know, and I like to tell you this, because today nature is active also. There's terrible earthquakes right now, different places, landslide, tornadoes, hurricanes, volcanic eruptions, tidal waves, hailstorm getting bigger and powerful, that it may destroy many nations' buildings soon. If we do not stop messing with chemicals, stop releasing this bad chemical stuff that's going to go up in the air, there'll be like a gas fume up there. They said it might burn up someday. We're going to have fire up there in the sky. We're getting close to that time. And that bad air will come closer and closer. Birds flying up there, they fall down. People run up high level, exercise, they breathe that bad air, they're going to fall over. Bears come into the cities, warning people that human beings are chopping down trees, their homes, their food. They come and tell you, but they don't understand. Whales came into San Francisco telling the people, you're pollution ocean out there. We can't live anymore. You must stop it. But we don't listen. These are some things that Hopi were concerned when they throw that gold full of ashes on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, burn everything to ashes, living things underwater so hot that many things died from heat. There's weight, poison air floating there, still coming, affecting animal, birds, and plant life. Deformed babies appearing. And in the Hopi and Navajo area, they pick up this uranium. They left thousands of tons of uranium waste, creating sickness, cancer, death. Deformed babies appearing more and more. Somebody have to clean this mess up. And I believe the United Nations should do that with their laws, rules, and regulations. That's what the Hopi wants to find out. So he came over here one time, but they won't let us speak in the assembly. First time, the leaders here. But I told him that I made my commitment, my to my elders that I must do what I can to see if I can help to open a door for the spiritual leaders in this world. Because I see Lyon, a spokesman from 6 Nations, knows this. And I traveled with him and many others across the country 6 years to revive our culture, religion, and ceremony, because we're going to need that soon. And we form a spiritual circle, which is the foundation of our native people. So we met many leaders, spiritual leaders, and some of the healers, or some called medicine people. They heal their people in their own area. That is, the thing is, that we don't want to let go of. But now, big corporations, with the help of some political figures, start going out into the Four Corners area, strip mining coal, uranium, gas, and oil. A lot of times they pressure young people to sign contracts which they don't understand. And they find out they gave that land to the government or big corporations. And they're testing this uranium power, underground testing in Nevada. That should stop, because there's danger there. It's going to create many sickness there. It's going to spread out. It's one of those tornadoes rip that up. Millions of people are going to die in a few seconds, wherever that uranium plant is set up. And they are going to bring more problem upon themselves when they mess with the moon and stars. They said they'll have power to get to the moon someday. And they told us, don't bring down anything from that moon to Earth, because we already have unbalanced things down here. And if we bring something down from moon to Earth, we're going to have more tidal waves, more earthquakes, seasons going to change so much, and there be long sicknesses we can't cure for many, many years. These are some things already here. And so we are getting close to this last stages according to this timing in this Mother Earth. And they will start messing with moon and stars. And sooner or later, they said the last thing the human being able to invent would be a great big house way up in the sky someday, carrying people and things. When that becomes fulfilled, then this whole world will be in trouble, because they already use the power that developed here. They send it to Korea, they send it to Vietnam, they send it to Mexico and other places. Thousands, millions of people are dying from that. Sooner or later, somebody's going to have a most powerful thing, and they're going to throw it here. Destroy cities and towns in a few seconds. Burn to ashes in a few seconds, like they did in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They have more powerful atom bomb today than what they threw in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And this is what old people are talking in 1948 that really impresses me. So I volunteered to spread this message. And Hopi means peace for a person, kind, gentle, truthful, humble person. And the Hopi don't believe in army or going in a war, go to other countries to disturb land and life any place. They said if we do that, we are inviting greater punishment in later time. So don't go over there and destroy life any place. Our way is to take care of this land and life in balance through prayer, meditation, and sermon. That's the only way we are going to survive in later time. So they had registered many young people to go in the army. First World War, terrible things happened. But the humans don't understand the problem, the misery of many people, many deaths, but they improved their instruments of warfare, and they have a Second World War. And that's what they throw atom bomb. And the Hopi said, now we are entering the most difficult period in our life. We must clean up this mess. If we start cleaning up this mess, many lives will be able to survive and go on into good life again. But if we don't clean up this, we can have all this instrument developed, highly developed, and pretty soon we're going to burn ourselves up to ashes, they said. So we have two roads, a spiritual path led by the Great Spirit that we are taking care of this land in that way. White brother came, we put him up on the upper road, materialistic path. He's inventing many things, and he thinks he can make more power and money and good time, and he's going to blow the whole world up. And there's a line where we may be able to come. That's where we are today. And the Hopi say, we have known 2 world wars already gone. It's possible that we may create 3rd World War. And the Hopi felt Persian Gulf was the beginning of 3rd World War, but it stopped. They did not use all the most advanced military destructive things, but it stopped, and there's now a chance for all people around the world to weigh that, what we are doing in that way. Are we going to bring peace and justice and happiness, religious freedom, equality, human rights by doing that any place? It's time we put that aside. It's time we get to leaders who are doing that. Big corporations to stop going out and for money, chopping all the trees every day, polluting rivers everywhere, taking land and life from native peoples whose life was being uprooted every day. Thousands of people are destroyed in this country. And I talked to the people about spiritual things, and they said, the white brother is supposed to know this. And they told me, many grandparents used to tell me when they were growing up, don't you lie, don't you steal, don't you take anything that doesn't belong to you without permission. And the same principle that white brother had in the Bible. And every president of the United States, when get in the chair, they swear on that Bible. I think somebody is violating the law of the Great Spirit, law of nature. I think we are headed for the most destructive thing if we do not correct, change, and turn around and make life beautiful, clean, and lasting for the Great Spirit. And that's what the Hopi say, that they will do all they can to help keep this land in balance. So when Second World War came, I did not register because I said Hopi means peace, kind, gentle, truthful, and humble person. I didn't register for the army. Sooner FBI caught me and put me in county jail for a whole month, no trial, no question of anything. They kept me in the prison for a whole month, then let me go. Second time they picked me up and threw me in prison again for 3 weeks, and they finally gave me a year and a day in federal prison camp in down Tucson. We were building a road up on top of Mount Lemmon down Tucson. I spent a year and a day over there. When I came out, released from that, I was just working with my elders, religious leaders. Then I got picked up again. This time I was put in jail for 5 years for not registering. I want to be peaceful person, humble person. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to destroy people on the other side of the world. It comes from my heart. It comes from my people's belief that we must not go in the army. No native people should be forced to go in the army. It's a white people supposed to protect this land and take care of these native people here, not use them. But that's what's happened, because sooner or later, purification will take place, and there's no way out of it. So these are some of the things that I felt I need to bring to this body here, and stressing upon you to hurry up, send a letter to the Hopi, that they will open a door so that Hopi elder, religious leader who worship this will come and speak to you in his own language, and he will tell you many things that he belongs to the high society, which I do not, and they will tell you more things. And I'm sure that Six Nations has men like that who will come also. and other four-direction leaders. This is what I like to see. And I felt the world is really in trouble right now. Like in Oxford University, 1988, Lions were the only one that went over there. And they said, what shall we do? The world's in trouble. We all live in this one world. Who has the answer? Spiritual leaders, 100 spiritual leaders, or 100 political figures, or grassroots people? Who has the answer? We need to survive. This is what they're saying. So Orm Lying was there, and I'm very happy that he gave us a chance to also some of the people in and then Six Nations know the drawings I have, and I just want to show you just that. I won't explain it, but we have this prophecy on the wall out here in the Hopi country, and they have that same kind of thing in the Six Nations with us. Move over a little bit. That white part is on the rock near Uribe. The two roads, and we're right in here. We either go out in the west and scientific and blow ourselves up now with the most powerful instrument warfare, or come back to the spirit field of our native people who are here holding this land and life with prayer, join with them and correct our wrongdoings here. Then Great Spirit who gave us this land and life will come back and then welcome those that are able to survive. So this Four Corners area is very important. They said that is surrounded by four sacred mountains. That is a spiritual center that must be protected by all people. So that is why I felt that I should show you a little bit of this. So this is all I want to tell you now, and I hope that we will have more of our native people telling you some of the things so that United Nations people do something with their laws, rules, and regulations, and without war. I saw a letter across the building here, the Bible verse that thou shalt turn all our plowshares into plowshares and study war no more. Let us do that now. Thank you.
I thank Mr. Thomas Banyacya for his statement, for his blessing, for his words of wisdom, as well as for his words of warning. Distinguished delegates, we have heard the last speaker in this special ceremony. I thank you all for your important contributions to the effort for a successful international year of the world's indigenous people. I am confident that your words have been duly noted. This concludes the special opening ceremony with the participation of indigenous speakers.